Humble yourselves and we pray. God Father, we want to thank you for this day. We want to thank you for our Tuesday's meetings. We want to thank you for education missions. We want to thank you for all the members who have created time always, Father, to join us in this meeting, to learn, to think and prosper, Father. We want to take this opportunity to welcome Moses, Father. May you guide him everything that he's going to talk about. May it be of great help, Father. May it change people's lives, Father. I know there are very many people out there, Father, who have completed school, who have completed university, who have finished campus, Father, and they are out there struggling, Father, thinking of what can be, Father. We want to call upon you. May you guide us. May your will be done, Father. And through your Son, Jesus Christ, we pray. Amen.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, those in Africa here, good evening. And to the big man the other side, it's still morning hours, I guess. So you're most welcome today for this session. My name is Mborige Moses. I'm a freshman, a fresh graduate from school, and a new man in the medical field. So I went to Clarke International University with Sisto. He's one of you guys. That's where I did clinical medicine and community health. And we graduated about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Yeah. So briefly about where I come from. I come from South Sudan, for the record. I'm a Sudanese. All my parents are from that side. Yeah. From a humble background, I should say, sponsored by a single mom. Up to now that I've been able to complete school, it's been her who's been sponsoring, and of course some help from my brother. So that's how we have been able to come out this side. And I'm glad to share with you a few things with you about how the journey has been for these first few days that I've graduated from school. Yeah.
Talk about life after campus because you have already tested the life after campus. Yes, some of us have tested life after campus,
Thank
but
you.
ours is not soon. Ours is about 2, 3 years on street. But at least for you, now you had expectations, and right now I'm sure you know what it is. So whether you expected to get a job, now you have the job, or you expected not to get a job and now you have a job, or you expected something else, maybe marriage. So we want to welcome you and then we give you a floor to share whatever you have prepared for us today. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I want to start by saying the fact is, after school, in the African setting, it looks more like if you're done with university or college or whatever at any level, the rest is yours to start on. The hustle is yours. You are in a world where you are alone, and then you have to make ends meet by yourself, look for where to start from, and so many other factors that come along. You have someone who used to give you money, and then they hear that you've graduated. Probably they may want to cut you off because now they assume this is a full-grown person. They have done their part, they have brought you up, and they can't continue to give you the support, maybe financially and all that. In some families, that's what happens. Well, in others, some people are privileged. Even after grad, they still give you the opportunity to support you, to look for somewhere maybe where you can work, and it is good to go with others. For the past few days, I say weeks that I've been off school, it's not been easy, I should say, for most people. More for someone like me who is sponsored by a single mom, it's challenging now that she's the other side. All hopes are on me. That the son is done with school, he has to come home and probably start doing some work and get us the money. But my being here is money. Staying in a foreign country like this is challenging. Everything you have to do is to economize. how much I going to spend today, tomorrow, and all that. Because right now I don't have a clear source of money that is outside. Maybe someone readily says, or you call someone and they're like, I will send you the money. That one is not there. For the record, I've been getting money from a few people, but now they know that I've graduated. They are kind of silent. It's not the same as it used to be. I think about 2 weeks ago, I got a call from one of the clinics around Kampala, and I went there. Very naive, a freshman. So some of the things that they teach us in school, we take them for granted, and then until you eventually meet or you interface with the condition, that's when you get to appreciate. So this lady called, I went there because it was some sort of a connection. I didn't bother to carry anything, my transcript, my certificate, nothing. So when I got to the lady, she's like, oh, you're welcome. I introduced myself and said, what about Moses? What is there to show that this is the guy who actually qualifies for the work? Trust me, guys, I was blank. The lady needed papers I did not have. That is just the start of the hustle. I didn't have anything. So I looked around. I had the small notebook with me, but there was nothing inside. So, and then I remembered people at home saying, you know what? I mean, at school, they tell you about these things that when you're going for any job, be it a connection, please carry all that you have with you, papers or what, and always learn to do things on time and be orderly. Because I went there, I was a little disorganized. I didn't have anything. I'd not planned that probably I would need to meet somebody, present myself, CV. There was completely nothing. So those are the things that people, fresh guys from college out there meet. Sometimes when you don't have good guidance, or when you don't take advice from people, that's usually what happens. Back to the real business of hustling, I should say, for one, to be successful or to start something after college, there are a few things that you need to put across as an individual or as a group. I will start with the social aspect of it. I should term it social capital. This starts way back when you're still at school. You know that you're going to finish this thing, you'll go there. Now that there's no proper job security, all you need to have is to start a connection of people that you know you rely on when you reach outside there or after graduation. Trust me, right now, for someone who didn't know people who are in school, I mean, back in school, or if you don't have your parents who are connected somewhere, the streets are really hitting you hard. Because one, where do you start from? Today is about who do you know. Sometimes you have to go extra mile and just try to be friends with people at that level when you're still in school, such that when you come out, you really have a good background. You can always call on somebody and say, you know what, guy, I need something. I need a small gig. Do you have some connections, some jobs that side? And they're able to link you up. For the hustlers who are still, I mean, people who are joining school, when you who are joining the field, before you actually graduate, you make sure that you have at least 5 or 6 people that you know can secure for you something when you're done finally with the school. Two, also the culture of saving, even at school, guys. For those who are here and are still continuing with the studies, the culture of saving is important. Because trust me, there's no way you will finish school and you think you'll have money out of the blue. No, you need to save some money, even if it is not a lot. You just have to save some money, such that you can use that money actually to start up some small projects that you have thought about, and it can be a way forward, push you, other than begging or running here with papers, different offices, and you end up getting bounced. So the culture of saving is equally important as having social capital. Then the other third point I want to put across is having critical aspect of thinking. I would call it critical thinking. Some of us are in college, we're like, we don't know what we really want for the first year or second year. But critical thinking is just learning about it, is learning how to think. So when you're still in school there, it is important you start thinking from the critical aspect of it, about how you plan your life after graduation, or even how you're planning to live your life through campus after graduation, how you want to get the job, the kind of people you want to link up with is very important, because this helps you to make the right decisions in life. If you don't think, I mean, nobody is going to come up and say, you know what, now that you're 22, you're 25, we should start thinking in this line. No, we need to have that mentality that I am now going into the field where I need to sustain myself, not rely all the time on donations or funds or parents, something like that. But you need to think as an individual with an independent mind, that you can use your thoughts or that can be able to guide you, and you do something for yourself. Then the other aspect also is parents. Some parents are good, others, let's say, are less fortunate, because they also play an important role when somebody is out of school. If, for instance, you're completely stranded, parents are there, much as they may not give you the money. If you talk to them and tell them, you know what, this is happening, you're really stuck somewhere, you can't do much. In case things reach the hardest, you can always reach the parents and tell them, you know what, I'm here, I'm stranded. If you know some few friends who are in this field that I ventured into, please, you can do what? You can link me with them, and they're able to do that for you. So sometimes, because probably we think we are now big, we are grown-ups, we can end up hustling on our own, we may not make it. So we need still guidance from parents, from people, from guys who have been in the field, maybe like you were saying, 2-3 years. We still need to link up with this, because the fact is, a freshman from the college knows nothing probably about the field out there. It is the people who have been there that will guide you. So if we make good use of the parents, they will really be able to support us. But the hustling part of it, guys, it is real. If you don't know anyone, trust me, it's a challenge for you. You run up and down here and there. Sometimes we wait to be employed after graduation, but that is not the case. There are no jobs that are waiting for somebody there. With support from parents, from friends, from maybe organizations, if you have the chance, start up something that can support you. Support yourself, you're able to make some money, and then you go on building your career slowly. That brings me to the point of being multi-purpose. For me, right now, I did clinical medicine, but I've been doing some gigs, small stuff that are completely far from the field, because I try to make ends meet. Sometimes somebody calls me, come and do this, come and do that, and I go. I don't present myself as a clinician, no. I go there and be the person, the one who called expects me to be. I don't go there and claim, you know what, I have, for me, I'm so much in the medical field, blah, blah, blah. No. Sometimes you have to give in yourself so that you make tomorrow better. There are small gigs people do out there, not because they cannot probably, it's not in line with their qualification, but they are trying to make it such that what with those small things they do, they're able to get some money, either to start up some small business or just save some money for further studies like that. So it is important that for the starters, for the hustlers in the field there, those who are just from college, you can, for the start, if you don't have a good job that is secured in your names and all that, you can try to do many things at a go, such that you never know. It can get you on a good job, and then you are able to build on your career successfully. Then the other aspect that I've put in my mind is being positive and keeping relevant to the society. Sometimes after all the hassles, somebody is like, man, I went to school, this is not even what I wanted to do, there are no jobs available for me. It's like all the efforts at the university are wasted. So you are just there confused. You become a confused fellow. Actually, you don't know what you want. But it's important that we build a strong mentality and remain focused, positive. Otherwise, you become irrelevant to the society. With all your papers, then they see you as, this one went to just waste his time at the university. But trust me, if you keep up, you beat the struggle, you tighten up your belt, and then you try to connect with the right people who can be able to build you, to give you mental strength, to build your capacity, you will stay positive and remain relevant everywhere you go. Regardless of which qualifications you have, to be disciplined is very important also. The self-discipline and the discipline at work. Right now, because you may think you don't have a job, you start doing some weird things in the society there. Maybe you engage yourself in, because by the people take a lot of, one of the reasons why fresh guys engage themselves in a lot of alcohol and smoking and all that is because they don't have what can keep them busy. So regardless of the kind of job you have, you need to stay disciplined and in line with the ethics of work. Some of the things that they teach us in college before you leave is that self-discipline and staying principled, staying relevant to the society, and of course be working on ethics that guide and govern the profession that you venture into. So these are some of the things I've seen and that have probably helped me somewhere up to now, because you cannot go to somebody's office if you are indisciplined and they recommend a job or they recommend you to somebody who can be able to link you with some big companies. Even as you do your side gigs, as you hustle, you need to stay disciplined. That's what I take up as one of my basic principles of life. So those are the few things that I've within this period that I've been able to gather for myself, and I've really tried to put them in line such that I'm able to keep up with this short period as I'm looking for a job. But it's very important that we stay disciplined, we stay focused, we maintain the social capital in case you had one, and also seek advice for real. When you see that you're stranded, seek advice. Otherwise, in this world of hustle, you are not alone and you cannot make it alone. Hustle smart, you are able to go. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Moses.
Mm.
On my side, if I could talk about life after campus, it is not any different from campus. I remember I had that few expectation someone has promised to give you a job, and then after campus, you don't even meet that someone after campus. And then after that, even when you're struggling, you try to contact those people and they don't even get back to you. So at some point, some people take it as if you're trying to force them, as if you're trying to push them. So life after campus is something that is so hectic, something that is so hard to deal with, but we can overcome it. And how do we overcome it? Like Mr. Moses said, You need to make yourself busy first of all. How do you make yourself busy? You don't go smoking and drinking, but at least you can make yourself busy. You can get something, get a small course, start pursuing that small course. What does the small course help you? First of all, when you're looking for a job, like Mr. Moses told you, the first time he went to meet someone, they asked him for his papers. So you're supposed to be ready. And how do you be ready? If, let's say, you have done a course in medicine, I'm sure there are other small courses that you can do. On my side, who did computer science, I could talk in the other IT perspective. If you have done computer science after your university, trust me, there's nothing much that you can do. Yes, there's nothing much that you can do. But then you can do small courses. Which small courses? This is where you need to branch. You can say, I want to do graphics, I want to do networking, I want to do systems administration, I want to do computer repair, I want to do websites, whatever you want to do in that field. So after getting that, that is where your passion is. When you get your passion, now you start saying, yes, now I can do coding, so I can do programming. For you to do programming, that means you want to develop a website, or you want to do animations, you want whatever you want to do in that field. And then after getting the field that you want to do and doing that small certificate or that small course, make sure you be a professional, because people are looking for professionalism. If they give you a job, let's say it is surgery, and then you just go and play, they won't let you play with someone's body. They won't let you play with someone's website. For someone to give you money, they'll have to trust you. So you need to be a professional, and you don't need to duplicate anything. You just need to be you. Then take more time, do research, do more studying, do more learning, and then I'm sure after your campus or after your university, you people will even look for you, because you can even market yourself. You can do YouTube videos, you can create a YouTube channel, and then this is just something small. You start from there, and at the end of the day, you'll find that people are looking for you. So life after campus is really not so easy to deal with. And then I would say in 100%, you would find about 20 people would be lucky, or even 20 would be even big. So, and that is luck. You may find your father has a hardware, then you start from there. Maybe your mom has something, and then you start from there. But the other 80% is going to struggle. You struggle looking for a job, you struggle looking for something small to get rent and food. And then you make sure you don't be ignorant. Even if they are giving you little money, try to pick up that money. It is just, you just need the experience at that time, because you're right from school, you don't know what to do. Trust me, you don't know what to do. And then for you to get to know what to do, right now here in Uganda, someone does advertise a job and they tell you 10 years experience. So where do you get the 10 years experience? You need to sit down for 10 years and then you apply for that job, but then you have the experience. So for you to get the experience, you do like a graduate training. So you will work as a graduate trainee, whether they are paying you or not. You'll do, you work like maybe do another internship. So you do these small things. Whatever little money they're going to give you, it is okay. Just get the money, because you're looking for that experience. If you have seen very many job adverts, yeah, most of the people put in uh, about, okay, the list is about 2 years experience. So for you to get those 2 years experience, trust me, after campus, you just don't need to sit down. You make sure you get something that is going to keep you active in the system, that is going to keep pushing you, and then you make sure you specialize. So from my side, I think that is really how my life after campus was, and that is how I prepared myself. So I want to once again thank you, Mr. Brand, for creating time to talk to us. And I'm sure people here, I'm not so sure if they have all finished campus, or if there are those who are still at campus, but I can gladly say that my sister, who is here, called Molan Joyce, is still at campus. So she has a lot to learn from this. Or even other people there would even be at campus. I don't know all of you, but I can say some of them are still at campus, and we learn more. Even people who are going to watch this video are going to learn more from this. I am going to hand the mic to Stanley, and if he has something to add on, then well and good. Thank you. You're welcome, Stanley.
I want to go over a little bit of what Moses said. And one of the most powerful things that he said is networking, or, you know, making your contacts. You know, here in America, you know, where y'all normally the world thinks about us being blessed, and we really are blessed. But most of our students that go to school here, when they get out of college, they still don't get a job necessarily in the area that they had hoped for. You'd be surprised. That's common, whether you're in Uganda or whether you're in the United States. You know, somebody can come out with an engineering job and he ends up working at a fast food restaurant, you know, waiting tables or doing something because they hadn't got the job yet. All right. And so when you come out of college, you may not get the job that you want or you desired, but the secret is, like Moses said, is developing those relationships, is working with people, is discovering the folks that are potentially what we call influencers. Now on social media, you know what an influencer is. An influencer is a person who has a lot of hits, right? A lot of video coverage, a lot of people watching what they say. Well, also in the industry that you want to go with and in work as a whole, there's going to be people that are significant influencers, okay, in the area that you want to be in. Now, I know there is sometimes like associations. For an example, here in the United States, we have a home builders association. A home builders association is where the contractors will go that build houses, okay? They sort of group together, and then in that they have little seminars and they learn about how to support each other. But we have nursing associations for nurses. We have associations for plumbers, people that, you know, do plumbing work. We have electrical associations. I am sure that there is groups, okay, and you might find this, I know you all are shut out from Facebook right now, but there's Facebook groups that specialize in things. And there's, when we take a look at LinkedIn, okay, LinkedIn can become that tool for you to find the people that you need to begin to network with. Now, unfortunately, it causes us, when you first get out of college, and even at our present age, okay, but when you first get out of college, there is this feeling of inferiority, okay? When you go to somebody who has a job or somebody who is already a boss, right? You have a certain amount of inferiority feelings in that, you know, you feel like you're down here and they're way up there. Well, you have to realize that that person that's up here that has a job for you, they were down here at one particular point. They understand where you're at, okay? They're looking for talented people that, and you've got to convince them that, first of all, that you're a good listener, okay? That you're a good listener, because if you're a good listener, you can learn quickly, and that you have the ability to learn what it is they want you to do. Going to university does not necessarily teach you how to do a job, okay? Going to university will teach you how to be prepared to learn the next step of life, because it's almost like a specialty school. You know, you're going to the university and you're gaining a lot of understanding in general knowledge, okay? When you look at knowledge, there's general knowledge and there's what we call domain knowledge, okay? Domain knowledge is just like you would think on the internet, okay? In that it's specific, it's small, it's tight, it's domain knowledge. You can pick up that domain knowledge on whatever industry. Before you go to a job, though, interview, or before you go to talk to somebody, you need to do your homework. You need to try to find out as much as you can about that person. If you walk into somebody's office and you're going to do an interview, okay, you come into somebody's office. If you already know that they like to have a particular hobby, if they like to go to football games, or if they like to fish, or they like to hunt, or something along those lines, it gives you something to begin to open up. If you see that they have received an award for something in the past, it gives you something to ask them a question. Here's what I want you to understand. Remember that. It's the person, I'm going to put this here, who is in charge of an interview, okay? Who's in charge? It's the person that asks the question, okay? That asks the question. You are there to get interviewed, true, okay? But you are more in control if you can begin to ask questions of that person. And the type of questions that you want to ask them is what problems they have that needs to be solved. In other words, if you're hiring for a position, if you're wanting to take a job with somebody, how can I help you solve that problem? In other words, you want to begin to say, okay, what's the issues that you're dealing with? How can I help you to solve that problem? As they begin to open up a little bit, what happens is you become different than every other interviewer. Normally what happens when you go to an interview, you sit here, right? The other person's over there and they're in charge and you're just trying to say, yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. You're trying to give them little answers, okay? You want to flip it, okay? You want to flip the interview upside down, okay? In the flipping, you're wanting to take charge to your best of your ability. Now, we understand that the other person is always in charge, okay? But you want to come from down here, okay? And you want to come up here close to them. The more that you can be on their plane by showing your self-confidence, okay? And by finding out what problems they face, all right? It gives you the upper hand. Then you can begin to talk about, well, I learned a little bit about this in college, or I did some of this with a friend of mine. You begin to learn how to equip, okay, how you're going to be an assistant to those other people. Does that make sense? Okay. In life, let's say this right here, this area right here is what we're going to call our comfort zone, right? Now, I don't know if you can see that very well, but it's our comfort zone. We a lot of times stay in our comfort zone, but our comfort zone is down here. We literally have to expand our comfort zone. Opportunities to get ahead in life. If you look at where you're going to get ahead in life, it's out here. It's out here. It's out here. It's out here. You're going to have to be willing to be uncomfortable. Okay? Be willing to step out and walk all the way to the edge, okay? To be on the very edge of what's going on. Push yourself, okay? And you can be successful. So let me make sure I covered a couple of things that we're talking about. So thank you, Moses. You're saying networking, 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 right? Get out and see people. That's why these trade associations are so important. That's why when you walk into an interview or you walk into a trade show, you can begin to ask questions. Now, a lot of people think, which is wrong, but a lot of people think you have to wait until you're invited to come see someone. You don't have to do that, okay? You can go and knock on their door, okay? You can go and say, here, I'm here to see you. And the first time you knock on the door, guess what? They're probably not going to let you in. You're probably not going to be able to see the person you want to see. And so you know what you do? You go back and you what? You knock on that door again, all right? The second time you go back, you may not be able to see who you want to see. You may not be able to talk to the person you want to, but you may be able to get an appointment. And you can go and you say, I know that you're busy and you don't have time to talk to me now, but can I come back on Tuesday or Wednesday? And you give them a choice. Can I come back Tuesday or Wednesday? You let them choose. Oh, Wednesday would be better for me. Okay, would afternoon or morning be better? Okay, and then they can choose, well, can you come in the morning? Okay, so you just have to take and make yourself boldness. Okay, it's that ability to push out. It's not going to be comfortable. Okay, it's not going to be easy, but I guarantee you, if you go knock on the doors, Mr. Brian can tell us about the opportunities that he has had. Okay, and it is only because he has pushed himself. Okay, he's made himself available. Eddie Jack didn't get where Eddie Jack is at this particular point without Eddie going and literally, okay, Edwin knocking on doors, greeting people, talking to people, right? Eddie, share with us what you have done to open doors for yourself.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Good evening, each one of you. Thanks for joining in once again. Sorry, the pleasure to join the meeting. We are running a lot. We are gaining, and it's guiding us to pass through normal life. You know, keep us moving. I'm sorry there might be noise here. I'm somewhere where cars are interchanging, they are passing by. But that shouldn't be a very big test if you can hear me. Mr. Stanley, thank you so much always for what you bring to us. Conrad, thank you. Moses, I joined in late, but I had a few keywords that are really important because the life here is a bit difficult. When people talked about 10-year working experience, I really laughed about it. You are 21, you just finished university, but people want you to have 10 years working experience, which simply means you should have started working by the age of 11, which is makes it a difficult thing. It cannot be possible. As far as I'm concerned, so far so good. I am pushing on the project of art. We are getting many bookings, photography. We are pushing it, much as we don't have some equipment that we need, but we are pushing. We have already secured a laptop, of which our followers contributed for. Even Brian Agawa contributed. I saw him, he's online. Conrad Leonard contributed. We have the machine for photography, for graphics work. Thanks be to God, and thank you, Stanley, as well. I realized that friends that we always have within are the people who help us when we are in need. Once we need something and we have friends, we can always consult them. The problem is that once you do not make yourself vulnerable to people, there is no way they cannot know that you have issues. When you have a case, when something is disturbing you, try to reach out to people that you have. Tell them, of course, most of them will mock you, they will laugh. But as long as you get to know that you're one and you live alone in this world, when you succeed, it's for your own benefit and maybe for other people. But before you have succeeded, people don't always mind about you. So when issues are bad, when things are not going on well, talk to your friends. They can help. If you can help, others will not help, of course. There are those who won't help because they are not capable, and there are those others who will not help because they feel you cannot accomplish. After putting that status, requesting for funds, a few people came into my DM and they said, everyone, yeah, you don't think you will even make 50K, 50,000. Are you sure you will get this money? I told them I also don't know. Let's wait and see. whatever we get, we shall work from there. Because after all, it's not our money. We are getting funds. But they were surprised. Actually, most people were beaten to their own understanding that a human being here in Uganda can put a status, I'm not a celebrity, I'm not a doctor, I'm not that very big person. But because I have the best circle of friends, I have friends whom I have been open to, friends whom I have always told things. I am not pretending to be this when I'm not. I am doing what I have to do, and that's why people come up. If we shouldn't always pretend. When the situation is bad, speak out. When the situation is okay, celebrate with people who have been there for you. Few lessons I've learned is humility. Have that human heart in you. Be humble. Be patient. Patience. That one is a very big word because it's the way we live. When you're not patient, you cannot really accomplish anything. And of course, hope drives us every day. You wake up when today has failed, you know that tomorrow will be a good day. Those are the hopes that keep us getting to understand that the other day refused, but tomorrow will be okay. So that's all I have for now. Thank you a lot, all of you. Thank you, the members who have attended. Conrad, Leonard, Stanley, Nanunji, you people who started this initiative. Personally, I cannot thank you enough. And I always pray that we actually get more people to understand that there is always this meeting, there is always this talk that help people develop, most especially people who studied, people who read the book. The book, I'm sure people who read it have really benefited and they are continuing to benefit. I wish you all a good evening and thank you so much.
Thank you, Eddie. Thank you, Eddie Jack. We appreciate that very much. You know, one of the things that you said was pushing, okay? And that's us taking action. That's us being proactive. And that's one of the things that we have to do. I really wanted to get to Mr. Brian real quick here. And, you know, you've opened up some doors, but the reason those doors is probably open is because you've knocked on them or that you've pushed on them or that you've made some things happen. Can you tell us a little bit about networking? Mr. Brian, can you share us a little bit about, you know, what it takes to move to, you know, continue to grow?
Thank you, Mr. Sir. Good evening, everybody. Am I audible? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. So again, Mr. Stanley, thank you for the opportunity to speak to us about the topic that was given to me in line with it is life after campus. But I want to first make this statement that the greatest challenge or the greatest challenge is your soul. The greatest challenge is your soul. Now, in my life, I never thought anything about life after campus because I must tell you that when I was at campus, I was working. And when I finished campus, I remember actually at some point, I mentioned it last time, that at some point when I was still a student, I was having 2 jobs. You can imagine. So you talk about the issue of proactive, which I mentioned the other time. The success of a human being is how you see one. You know, this one can you not understand it. You never know somebody how he perceive this thing. It can happen like that. But what I want to say is the world is all about how you see it. The coin has 2 sides. It has another side. It has a side which has, like in Uganda, you know how the coin is. So it depends on the side you have done what you have seen. So Life after campus, to me, it wouldn't be an issue if we deal with our mindset and how we see things and how we perceive things. It wouldn't be an issue because life after campus may have the mindset that at that age you are already a mature person. Actually, a mature person here, according to our constitution, talks about 18 years. To me, above 18 years, I wouldn't be seeing you as a person who's struggling, who would be having issues here and there. So the person who's listening to me, I want to challenge you that let's see how we can also deal with our mindset and how we think and how we see things. Life after campus, yes, in Uganda it is a challenging nation, but as I've said, that the greatest challenge you have is yourself in the dynamics and the challenge that we are in as as citizens of Uganda or wherever you are. You shouldn't be looking at that negative of the nation. You shouldn't be seeing how the things are done the other side. You should be looking at me, myself, me here. What can I do? What can I do so that I can either do what? Get something. You know, people are crying all the time. They want to be helped. People are crying all the time. They expect something from the other side. There is always that expectation that somebody should be helping. But you in a position, God has given you everything. God, when he was creating a person, he created you as a whole. Mr. Stanley and Mr. Conrad, I want you to tell me if you have ever seen any tree trying to pray and like praying to get water from anywhere, praying to get food from anywhere. This is the mindset I'm having. When God was creating a human being, he created a whole human being with each and everything in you. Now he gave me the heart, he gave me the brain, he gave me the heart, eyes, he gave me the nose. In God thinking, creating a human being, he has given me everything. Now, if I keep here trying to complain, if I try to keep complaining, looking at this and looking at this one, it will be a greatest challenge for a human being here. And now, God designing a human being, actually, people are talking about jobs. Me, I'm against you. What am I trying to say? Job is very good. Getting a job is very good. But let me tell you something. There is no job that the government or any government or any that has designed the job that is going to be giving everything how you want. We need to understand that you need to learn to understand you need to understand that God has created you, as I said, created you as a whole, and he has given everything. He has blessed you with everything. You need to learn how you can as well live by the blessing of God. The blessing of God makes rich and it adds no sorrow. So if you understand living by the blessing of God, job will not be an issue. Because I must tell you that as I earlier mentioned, I made some statement where I say, everything I'm having, I need to tell you that it's not like I get from where I work. Yes, I can't deny that I don't get anything from where I get. But the bigger thing which I'm having, I have just gotten from my thinking and my connection. Mr. Stanley, you have talked about, like you have said, I see how I can talk about connection and association. Yes, it is very, very vital in life, in growth and development. You must see how you can get connected to the right people. Now, you cannot tell me that you are always with drunkards. You cannot tell me that you are always with people who don't have vision, who are not thinking abstractly to see how they can get out of the problems. And then you tell me that you can be a great man. You need to see how you can as well see if we have some people who are not constructive, to see how you can disassociate yourself from them. And you look at that person who can easily do what? Help you. Now, I'm a person in Uganda here. Me, I have befriended, I have been getting friends who are older than me in years, older than me in finances, older than me in many, many things. And this is my science, which I had behind the back of at the back of my mind. That if I get an older person, like if I have you Stanley, you're not the person who's here and there, who's swinging here and there. I can either say that you're a stable man, you have a family, you have everything. So meaning anything you will be discussing with me can as well be productive to me. And I think about I have somebody who's younger than me. I am 32 years and I'm befriending a person who's 18 years. What are we sharing? There is a difference in thinking, there's a difference in our action, there's a difference, there is a gap in between there. Now, befriend a person who can as well guide you, who can as well be above you in very many things. Let it be finances, let it be thoughts, let it be maybe the investment this person is having. This person can easily do what? help you in one or the other. And in association management, have a person whom you can easily look unto. Look unto that person. That this person, if I continue looking unto him, I can be somebody. Have that person who can inspire you in the way you do that thing. Be inspired. You cannot be inspired by somebody whom you are above. You must get somebody who is above you, and this person can as well continue to inspire you. If I talk about Conrad, like I can use an example. I don't know how Conrad got connected to Mr. Stan or how Stan got connected to Conrad, but I want to maybe think. I'm assuming that Conrad got to Stanley. Mr. Stanley, I want to pray for you that God should bless you, because this program you have engaged as Ugandans, it is going to help somebody, because many people that are here and have not seen these programs happening here and there. But I want to thank you that you have started something that is going to help Ugandans, that is going to help many countries. I've seen that you have given many people from different countries, and they're going to be helped by this program. But I want to say, as I'm concluding something small, I know time is not on our side. The only thing that we can deal with, that we can be successful people, it is all about our mindset. Let's say we can sort of work on our mindset on how we see things, then we shall easily be great. There is no weak person. There is no weakling in this group. I must say that one. There is no person who is young. The only thing is, you create some time. By the way, I need to ask a question. Is there any person here who can as well try to create some time and think? Or is there anybody who have ever tried to create some time? And just sit somewhere like in your chair like this, maybe somewhere where there is no noise. I had my brother Eddie, he was in a noisy place. Sometimes if you want to think and get some abstractive ideas, you don't go to the next place. Go somewhere where you are quiet and silent. The press switches come. And you sit somewhere and you listen to yourself. Why do you listen to yourself? God has deposited a lot of things in your heart. God has deposited a lot of things in you. These things you will not easily get them when you are always in a major place. When you are there every time you are in a major place, every time you will not know what is your soul. But I must tell you that you can do some things. You can do something big. You can do some things, and they are within you. They are not everywhere. So my opinion or my mindset, I don't look for solution from outside, here and there, every time here and there. Conrad talked about something. You must improve yourself all the time. You need to position yourself that every time when they think about something, they think about you. How do you position yourself? You must read. You must improve yourself. Right now, I'm talking about, I've been here reading because I'm doing my postgraduate diploma in human resource, and I'm continuing to improve myself. I have done many certificates. I've studied very many things. I've befriended people who are great, who are above me. What is the reason behind that one? I am trying to improve myself. Think about something. I graduated my first degree in 2016. And 2016, I have not added anything. Do you think I've improved? I've remained stagnated and I've remained in one place. But since then, I've been studying. And the reason why I'm studying, it is about improving myself and see how I can as well do what, get solution of different challenges, get solutions of how of different things that are happening in the world. But you cannot just remain seated somewhere waiting and complaining about the government policies, waiting and complaining here and there. What are you doing? So concerning this program, Mr. Stanley, I am very, very grateful for you teaching the people in the whole world. God will bless you. But let's see how we can develop our mindset and thinking. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that so kindly. You know, just repeating a couple of things I heard you say is our mindset is so critical to what we're doing. What's our thought process? And our mindset has directly to do with our comfort zone or our self-confidence. You got to believe in yourself. And then you said, you know, continue to learn. That's why Educational Missions is here. We're trying to provide free learning opportunities for you on there, because there's a lot of, you know, if you got the data, okay, there's a lot of things you can learn. And then one of the most important things I heard you say is you've got to choose friends and you got to make new friends. Okay. Our friends that are around us. Okay. I heard, and this is not going to be exactly correct. Okay. But I heard somebody say one time that if you take a look at 5 of your closest friends, however much money they make is about exactly the amount of money that you're going to make. Okay. And if you want to make more money, all right, you've got to take and increase the caliber of friends that you have. Not that these people are bad, not that people that make less money are bad. You know, that's not the case. They're just broke, you know? Who wants to be broke, right? We want to be able to, and so you learn to just go, we go from elementary school to secondary school to university, right? Okay. The same thing should be true with our relationships also. Okay. We'll have some friends that are down here that'll be our lifelong friends that we've had through, you know, through all of our young schooling. But Mr. Brian has given us the example in saying that he's looking for people up here that he can grab a hold of and begin to build that relationship with, you know, and that will help us to be successful. Is there, I know we're at 12:07 my time already, it must be 7:07 your time. So I know we're going to have to be bringing it to a close. Does anybody want to say anything real quick before? Lucky, did you want to have a quick word?
Stanley,
Okay,
before we can go to Lucky, I just wanted to share something small that you talked about.
Okay.
We all talked about learning and learning each and every day. We have this, can you see my screen?
Okay, yes, we can see the screen.
This is Educational Missions, and this is our website, educationalmissions.org. So when you check this out, you can see Education Missions. But under resources, we have a free educational library. So under the free educational library, we have created a few courses that anyone can take up. First of all, we have a course from Khan Academy. And from Khan Academy, if you just scroll down, you'll be able to see this is Khan Academy, this is Khan Academy. And we have a few videos that you can have a look. They have very many courses that you can watch, that you can even take up and study. So from Khan Academy, if we can, let me just go to my screen again. So this is Khan Academy. If you can see, this is Khan Academy. If you can see, this is a course that I'm already taking up from Khan Academy. I'm just here, but I can do websites, but I don't know everything. So this is a course in programming that I'm already taking up. Before we came in for this call, I was even studying, I was learning here. So it doesn't stop from wherever you have studied, from whatever you have studied from school, you still need to create time and continue learning. And as Educational Missions, we have tried to create time to look for more content to present to our people. Anyone can go to Educational Missions, you sign up, and then you can do whatever course you feel you really get interested in. And if you really feel like there's any course that is missing out, and you feel like taking it up, or you even have links to good courses, you can just get to us. You can get to Educational Missions. You can send us an email. Our numbers are there. You can send us a message, and then we'll get back to you. We can create courses to teach people. So these are small courses that you can keep taking up every time. This is a course. It has videos. You see, it ticks because you see challenge, colorful, whatever. So it even has I would call them questions. You can answer questions as you're learning so that you keep in the rope. So if you have time, if you create time, please check on Educational Missions. If you find any course that you feel interested in, please, you can take up the course and then you can learn the course. Thank you.
Yes, Khan University, this is on our site there. It carries everything from elementary school, or let's say like small kids, all the way through university. Okay, so it's a huge. It was initially designed for homeschoolers, for people that are trying to teach their own kids at home, and so it will have all of those resources and be very, very helpful. Yeah, you can see. All right, good. We're seeing. Is everybody seeing this? Can everybody see what Conrad is sharing on the screen right at the moment? So you got high school biology, you got trigonometry, you got 4th grade, 1st grade, 2nd grade, you got mathematics broke down in here, you got computers, you got economics, you got life skills, social and emotional learning, okay? You got careers, personal finance. There's a little bit of everything, but anything that we don't have that you're looking for, or if you can't find it, we'll be happy to try to help you find it, okay? Or if there's something that you want, like Conrad said, Conrad will be more than happy to try to find, additional resources for you so you have exactly what you need all the time. That would be our goal, is that you have exactly what you need all the time. We're already running out of time, but Lucky, say something for us real quick, and then we're going to close it down unless somebody else has something they need to cover.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. I greatly appreciate this conversation. It's really, really impactful and really thoughtful. And despite that, I came late today, but I really got some information that keep me going. So I'm so much excited. I'm so much excited. So I wanted to share my story, but maybe it's going to be another time. Because this particular program is not just for this. I think it's not just for people in the school or people life after university, life after campus, right? Because seriously, to me, I was not eligible to get into university, but I got something. Because if I should tell you, I wanted to share my story, but I would not be sharing it today, but it's going to be another time. So really, I really thank Brother Agaba, who said something that it's all about mindset. It's all about mindset. And that is the key, mindset. You know, if I tell you that I was once a hawker in the street, like a pure water seller in the street, but here am I today. I created something. So I will not be actually sharing my story, but let's leave it for another time. But I want to say thank you for everyone who contributed today. I really appreciate you all, and I so much learned a lot, and that keeps me going, and I will not stop learning. So thank you, Sir Stan. I really appreciate you. Thank you for always keeping me posted to the necessary information that I need to get. Thank you so much, Comrade. I really appreciate you so much, and everyone online. I greatly appreciate you all for creating your time. It's all about sacrifice. It's creating your time to be here, and I believe that as we keep being here, we will never remain the same. We will keep expanding our knowledge to greater future. Okay. Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lucky. I appreciate those words. If you will take and make sure you send Conrad an email and get together, we will schedule you on, and you figure out how much time you need, because we want to hear your story, because stories are important. When we can take and reflect from where you're at to where you're going. You want to say something else?
Yeah, actually, I have different time zone with Uganda. I don't know whether you know. The time right now is 5:14. I think over there should be 7:15 or something like that.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So we have different time zone, but just keep me posted. I know the right time, and I try to make out time when I can.
Yes, Teddy. I see you got your hand up.
Only saying that I would like to each and every one of us here to utilize the Khan Academy. Yeah, you may look at it as okay, they're offering courses here and there. You never know anything. You could look at the courses, what is being offered, because it's free. You find out in other countries or somewhere else, even here in Uganda, people are paying millions of money. I may say I don't have them, but if you have an opportunity to learn something like that, and it's free, let's utilize the opportunity. I just want to encourage all of us to take time, look at that portal, look at anything. It could be passion, it could be interest, it could be something in your area or specification. Then we look at it and do it. I'm going to challenge myself. Conrad is challenging himself. I don't know about you. Yeah? Yes, that's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. All right, guys, we're going to close it up here. I appreciate everybody being here. It's so important. Thank you, Moses, for being our guest speaker today. We will get some information out to you. And just in closing, have the right mindset, believe in yourself, go out there and take control of the interview. And The one thing I want you to remember when you guys leave here, okay? The one thing I want you to remember is just because it says so many years experience, don't worry about it, okay? They may have 5 things they want. They want this, they want this, they want this, they want this, and they want experience. Forget about it. Don't even worry about it. Don't even pay that no attention, okay? If you don't have the experience, so what? Because people may not be able to bring that to the table, okay? Bring what you've got. Bring your talents, your skills, your abilities, okay? Your positive attitude, and you will be able to get the job that you're looking for and move forward in the way that you need to. So with that, we're going to say goodbye. Thank you, guys. I hope you'll tell your friends, okay? Every Tuesday that we have this meeting, and that will continue to cause this to grow. And do go to our YouTube channel and to our website and see some of these things. All right.
Thank you so very much, Stanley. And I really want to take this opportunity to once again thank all of you that always create their time to be with us every Tuesday. Mr. Moses, we are so glad and honored, and we expect to always have you on Tuesday. You can invite your fellow friends to also always join in. I can always share with you a link to this call every Tuesday. And I really want to say a good day to Stanley in the United States, a good evening to Clarke in Nigeria, and a good night to everyone in Uganda. Thank you so very much, and bye-bye.
All right.
Bye-bye. Yeah, later.